Hello, everyone. Welcome to my rant, because this is going to be a rant. After Monday, we should be happy. Great win over the Bucks. Jameer Gibbs looks like friggin' lightning in a bottle. Um, the Legion of Whom just showed out and dominated the back end that no one saw coming. Credit to Brad Holmes for finding all stars in that back end, at least for one game. Um, but I've also been hearing a lot of people talk about where's Jamo? Why hasn't Jamo balled out? We paid him $80 million. Why isn't Jamo, 7 catches a game for 180 yards and a touchdown? Where is this number one receiver that we're paying all this money to? You need to understand something. That is not what we paid Jamo for. We didn't pay Jamo to be this massive target that got 1,500 yards and 12 touchdowns every season. That's not what he is. He is the deep threat. He's what makes the entire offense work. What he does is he runs his deep routes, and he's so fast that the opposing team has no choice but to cover him with multiple people, the corner and the safety deep. He takes 2 players every time he's on the field, every time. And his presence alone widens the field. It makes everything work. You think Amon-Ra would be as open as he is if Jamo wasn't on the field? Well, he had like a 15-yard out route. We did have 3 people kind of in the vicinity. They were like 10 yards deep. Well, they were 10 yards deep. They were within 10 yards of him, the safeties, because that safety was still kind of half covering Jamo. They were worried about the deep threat. So they had a guy hanging deep in case he had to bail out and go get Jamo. So Amon-Ra got a 15-yard out where he was basically one-on-one and burned his one-on-one because Jamo was the deep threat. The fact that Jamo was there stretches the defense, widens them out, and gives every other receiver more room to work with. It makes everyone better. He could have 0 catches this year and be one of the most important players on this team. He is the chess piece that everyone fears. He's the queen, because the moment a team decides Amon-Ra is hurting us too much, we need to we can one-on-one Jamo, but we have to double Amon-Ra, is the day Jamo gets 5 receptions for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns because we're just bombing it deep. That happened with, I believe it was Baltimore. The only problem was we just didn't get the receptions. There were a lot of drops, a lot of poor passes. I might be wrong on the Ravens thing, but you know what game I'm talking about if you're a Lions fan. Goff was like forcing the ball. There was a couple bad passes. Jamo had a couple drops, stuff like that. They were really trying to get him the ball that game because they weren't double covering him as much as most teams do. Mike Valenti said it best today. We said, Jameson Williams is a $80 million decoy. but he is worth $80 million as a decoy because he makes the rest of the offense work. Could we still get it done? Yeah, probably, but it would be a lot harder. So when you see games go by where Jameson Williams gets no catches, know that's likely because he's been double or triple covered deep every time. And that's why people like Amon Ra were able to get 6 catches for 80 yards, or Laporta get 3 or 4 catches, Brock Wright get a couple catches, and why Jahmyr Gibbs is able to take screen passes 30 yards. It's because the safeties and at least one corner are 25, 30 yards deep trying to cover Jameson Williams. That's the whole purpose behind it. I understand there's a lot of you out there that already understand this, but there's a lot of people out there that don't. And they're just bitching into the wind, wondering why he's not catching $80 million worth of catches. So this isn't for all of you who understand this. But for those of you that don't, here you go. Now you're all caught up. Thank you.